All right, let's talk about something that, for a lot of us, is a real pain point: performance management. You know that thing we do once a year that nobody really looks forward to? Well, today, we're going to flip that script. We're going to break down how to turn it from a dreaded chore into a tool that actually helps people grow and keeps things fair. Let's dive in.
So, be honest, your last performance review, did you walk out feeling pumped up and clear on what's next? Or was it just kind of stressful and maybe a little confusing? Yeah, for way too many people, it's the second one. It can feel random, unfair, and totally disconnected from what you actually do day to day. But what if it didn't have to be that way?
The secret, the real solution, comes down to one big idea: merit. And a true merit-based system isn't about who the boss likes best or who's the loudest in meetings. Nope. It's about building a solid structure where your performance, and only your performance, is what really matters.
And that's our ultimate goal right there. We want to build a system where everybody, from the brand new intern all the way up to the CEO, gets the rules of the game. They need to believe the process is fair and, most importantly, trust the results. Fairness and transparency, those are our North Stars here.
So where do we start? Well, you have to start with the foundation, right? It's like building a house. If the foundation is shaky, the whole thing is going to come crashing down. And in performance management, that rock-solid foundation is a set of clear, consistent standards.
Let's just put a pin in what we actually mean here. A merit-based system isn't just some fuzzy, feel-good idea. It's a real framework. And look at those keywords: clearly defined, consistent, and applied to everyone. That means the goalposts don't move and there are no special rules for certain people. Same rules for everybody.
And you can see how it all connects, right? It's like a chain reaction. When you have clear standards, you get fairness, because everyone's measured against the same thing. That fairness leads to transparency, because all the rules are out in the open. And when you have transparency, that's how you build trust. And trust is everything.
Okay, so we've poured the concrete and our foundation of standards is solid. Now it's time to actually build something with it. One of the most important jobs of any performance system is to tell the difference between people who are crushing it and those who might be struggling, and to do it fairly.
And I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the old way, the subjective system, vague expectations, that feeling that maybe some people get special treatment. We've all been there. But on the right, you have the merit-based way. Crystal clear standards, a fair process, and a way of differentiating people that actually makes sense.
So the big takeaway here is really simple. Those standards we talked about, they're like a filter. They get rid of all the guesswork, all the bias, and they let you give feedback that is actually helpful and, just. So now we can fairly tell who's performing at what level. But so what? What's the point if it doesn't connect to anything real? The next critical piece of the puzzle is linking that high performance to real, meaningful rewards.
I love this quote because it really gets to the heart of it. You could have the most brilliant evaluation system on the planet, but if people have no idea how bonuses or raises or promotions are decided, they're just going to assume the whole thing is rigged. Transparency here isn't a nice to have, it's absolutely essential.
So how do you actually make that happen? It's basically a three-step process. First, you create clear performance tiers, like exceeds expectations or solid contributor. Simple. Second, you directly tie those tiers to specific rewards, like you're eligible for X% bonus. And third, and this is the most important part, you tell everyone how it works from day one, no secrets.
Now, up to this point, we've been talking a lot about the individual, but a truly awesome performance management system does something even bigger. It gets whole teams and the entire company all pointed in the same direction.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question for any leader, isn't it? You've got all these brilliant people working in different departments. How do you stop them from just staying in their own little worlds and get them all rowing the boat together?
You see it all the time. The sales team is totally focused on closing deals. Engineering is heads down building new features. Support is laser focused on resolving tickets. And look, they're all doing amazing, important work. But are they all winning the same race?
The key is to connect all of those individual and team tasks back to one big shared company goal. All of a sudden, closing deals and building features and resolving tickets, they aren't just separate jobs anymore. They're all crucial parts of achieving that one shared vision. A great system makes that connection obvious to everyone.
So let's just pull back for a second and look at the whole system we've just designed. It's not just a bunch of separate pieces. It's a single integrated machine that's built to drive performance that's fair, transparent, and gets everyone aligned.
And here they are, the 4 pillars. You start with clear standards. You use them to differentiate performance fairly. You link that performance to transparent rewards, and you bring everyone together under shared goals. You get those 4 pillars standing strong, and you've got a system that really, truly works.
And that brings me to my final thought for you. A mediocre performance system is always looking in the rearview mirror. It's just measuring what someone already did. But a great one? A great one looks forward. It gives people clarity, it motivates them, and it aligns the whole company to build a better future together. So the question is, which one are you building?